It's showtime.
They told her it was just a bad dream.
She knew it was real. It became a nightmare on Elm Street. Now there's a new kid on Elm Street. And Freddy's been waiting.
I'm afraid to go to sleep.
And we'll stay up all night if we have to. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
Freddy's back. And this time he's not fooling around.
You are all my children now.
A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. It's coming soon. Watch out for it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hatch Boys. My name is P. Rich, and today I'm going to be reviewing and discussing Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Freddy's Dead. Directed by Jack Shalder and written by David Chaskin. It stars Mark Patton, Kim Myers, and Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. Yeah. So yeah, I've been gone for a couple of weeks there. I wasn't feeling the best there, but I'm back and I'm ready to go. Alright. So yeah, A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 is basically the black sheep of A Nightmare on Elm Street films. But it does have a cult following. And yeah, so basically I'll get into the plot here. So 5 years after Freddy Krueger's apparent defeat by Nancy Thomas, the Walshes have moved into Nancy Thompson's former home. Their teenage son Jesse has a nightmare about being stalked by Freddy Krueger, who is driving a school bus. Oh man, I love this opening scene, man. This is probably like, other than the first Nightmare on Elm Street with that opening, this is my favorite. Oh, by far, man. I just love it, man. I just love how it's like you just see like people getting dropped off at their stops, and then he's just keeps driving faster and faster, and then that one goes, "Hey, you forgot my stop," and he just keeps going. He goes off road, and they're like, "Oh my god, what the hell's happening?" Like, oh man, just sets the tone up so well. And the bus driver is Robert Englund. That's cool, man. I like that. And it's just, oh, it was very well done, and the music score you get in this one, it's different from the first one, but I really like it. It really sets the tone of the mood of this film. I love it, man. I fucking love it. So anyways, yeah, after that school bus dream where it like all the ground starts like disintegrated, and then they're like just like the school bus is just like standing by like two pillars or whatever, right? And then the lightning, you see the lightning come in. I mean, yeah, that kind of looked a little cheesy, but that's still like, it really sets up that mood and atmosphere right there, and I fucking love it. And so anyways, and then I just love how Freddy comes out of his seat, and you see like how his hand is like, well, at first when he's shifting gears, you see his sweater and his glove. I really like that. I like that. Yeah. And then after they're like off the cliff and they're like on those pillars, then he gets out of his seat, and I just love that. And I love how you don't see Freddy a whole lot in this movie. They still utilize the dark and the shadow, kind of keep them in the shadows. I fucking love that about this film, man. And Yeah, it was just very well done, I think. And then Jesse wakes up screaming, and his parents are like, oh, his little sister is like, "What's wrong with Jesse?" I love it, man. I just um so yeah, now after his first dream there, he wakes up and the the whole house is like unusual heat, and it's like it's so hot in their house all the time. So anyways, Jesse goes to school with his friend Lisa, whom he is interested in romantically, but is too shy to flirt with her after getting into a fight with a boy named Grady during gym class. And this is where the homosexual um tropes kind of come in, I guess. Like, you know. Um, but yeah, Mark Patton is gay himself, but whatever. It's like, that never bothered me. Like, I don't think that bothers anybody. But back in the time, it might have. I don't know. I don't really give a shit, you know? But, anyways. But, yeah, Coach Schneider, man, that fucking prick, has them stay after class and they become friends. Lisa comes to visit Jesse after school and they discover Nancy Thompson's diary detailing her nightmares, which are strictly similar to Jesse's. Yeah, that's great. And this, like, I seen this movie when I was a kid. Like, I forget how old I was, but anyways, I was a kid. And this scene, I always felt embarrassed for him, man. Like, you know what scene I'm talking about here, where he's cleaning his room, his dad's like busting his balls about putting away stuff they moved in like a week ago or however long ago, right? And he's like, uh, cleaning his room or whatever, putting away shit, and he puts in his tape, and the music comes on. He puts on his hat, and the fucking, it's so like 80s, like, oh man, it's so 80s cheesy shit, you know? And he puts on the sunglasses. It's like, yeah, I did grow up in the 80s, but I was born in 85, but I was still a kid, like, basically. But I never ever seen any cheesy shit like that, like growing up. Like, you know what I mean? Besides in movies. But, anyways. And he's got that little, like, thing where he goes, "Pew." And then, Lisa, walks into the room with her, or with Jesse's mom. I always felt embarrassed for him, man. I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" But anyways, that scene never bothered me or anything. It's just, it is funny to watch. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah. So alright. So after that, and they read Nancy's diary, and he's like, "Oh shit, this girl that used to live here is having the exact same dreams as I used to." So then, small fires around the house like start happening, like spontaneous combustion of the birds, man. Like, I love that fucking scene, man. It's hilarious. Like, there's Jesse's parents have two birds, and they're in the cage or whatever, and then you hear like a commotion going on in the bird cage, and Jesse walks over and takes the sheet off the cage, the bird's cage, and one's dead. The other bird attacked it and fucking ate it or whatever, and then fucking Jesse lets it out. And it's flying around the fucking house, attacking the dad. It scratches his face, and then all of a sudden it just fucking flames, man. I love it, man. I thought it was fucking hilarious. And the dad just thinks, he just brushes everything off. He's like, you thought Jesse put a fucking cherry bomb in the fucking bird's mouth. And his dad's a dick. Like, he just always attacks Jesse. But anyways, and everything's always Jesse's fault. That's funny. Yeah, so the following night, Jesse has a nightmare where he encounters Freddy, who tells him to kill for him. Oh, I love this, man. He sees like Freddy starting like a fire in the basement, and oh man, it's so well done. He's like, kill for me, Jesse. And he's like, you got the body, I got the brain, and like peels back his fucking head. But I love it, man. I love it, like just like how they did that, like when he just runs right into Freddy. And you just see his eyes, man. You just see like from like his cheeks, and his eyes are like red in this film, man. It's so fucking awesome, man. And yeah, and you see that scene where he's like, you got the body, I got the brain, and pulls back it. And then Jesse freaks out and starts screaming, and then he wakes up from his
Dad?
Daddy can't help you now. I need you, Jesse. We got special work to do here, you and me. You've got the body. I've got the brain.
So, and then there's the next scene, like where he's dreaming, and then he one night he goes to this gay bar, and he's caught by Schneider ordering a drink, and so he makes them run laps at the school as punishment after sending Jesse to the showers. Schneider, it's like all these balls start attacking Schneider, starts like going off on him, and Shit's going crazy all over the place. Yeah, just balls all shooting at him. And at first, you notice it's like the tennis racket and all the threads on it are starting to like burst or whatever, and then all the balls go out. I mean, I guess that's another gay reference, right? Balls in his face and stuff. But I don't know, man. Like whatever. It's cool. It's cool. So yeah, and then you see like him getting pulled into the shower room where Jesse's taking a shower, and all these towels. Yeah, he gets like pulled up against by skipping ropes. He's like tied down by like skipping ropes, and he's being pulled into the fucking the shower room. And then you see these towels just whipping his ass, and it's just like, anyways, yeah. And then he's attacked by an unseen force that drags him in the showers. Jesse vanishes into the steam, and Freddy emerges, killing Schneider by slashing his back. Afterwards, Jesse is horrified to see the glove in his hand, and he's like, and then he's escorted home by the police, and he's knocking on the cops are knocking on the door, and the cops come and answer, and it's Jesse wrapped up in a towel, and they're like, "We found your son naked, and you better keep an eye on this one." And I'm like, "Go on, anyways." And the father the next morning is like, because they're like, "What the hell?" Well, the father in that scene is like, "Are you on drugs, Jesse?" And he's like, "I'm not high." He's like, "I'm not crazy, I'm not high, I'm not on any drugs, whatever." And anyways, the next morning, the mother's like, he needs professional help to the dad, and the dad's like, he needs a methadone clinic. Oh, that was fucking hilarious. Oh. Once I watched it recently when he said that, because I never noticed it when I was a kid. Obviously, I didn't know what the fucking methadone clinic was. It was funny shit. So yeah, now Lisa's having like a pool party with a bunch of kids from school, and the following night, Jesse goes to Lisa's pool party, and kisses her in, kisses her, but his tongue like comes out. It's all fucking freakishly looking, and it's cool, man. I like it. But his body begins to change. He leaves in a panic, and he goes to Grady's house and confesses to killing Schneider, and instructs Grady to watch him as he sleeps and stop him if he tries to leave. When Grady eventually falls asleep, Freddy emerges from Jesse's body. I love these practical effects, man. It looks so fucking great, man. He's like, Grady, help me, Grady, help me. It's like, the fucking claws are coming out of his hand, and then he's like, oh, but you see like an eyeball in his mouth when he's like screaming, and he slashes his stomach open, and then fucking Freddy comes out, man. But it's like, it's really Jesse doing all this, right? It's just Freddy possessing Jesse, but man, it just looks so well done. I fucking love it. And then once like Freddy steps out of his body, it's just like, it was just like he was just wearing a meat suit of Jesse. I fucking love it, man. But yeah, so then Freddy kills Grady, and then once Grady's dead, Jesse sees Freddy laughing in the mirror. Man, I love Freddy's fucking voice in this. He's it's so well done, man. I love it. And yeah, and he's like, "Look what you did, you bastard." Whatever. But anyways, okay, so that happens. Jesse jumps out Grady's window because the police are coming now and they're trying to break down the door. And then we're back at the pool party now. And fucking Freddy locks Lisa's parents in their bedroom and attacks her, but realizes he cannot harm her due to Jesse's influence. Freddy goes outside where he begins to slaughter the party goers. Such a fucking awesome scene, man. One of the best in the franchise, I have to say, man. It was so well done. I just love it, man. You see the pool like bubbling up because it's so hot. The fucking beer cans are spraying beer everywhere. The hot dogs are going up in flames, man. And then you just see Freddy just come out of the fucking ground. And, man, it's just awesome. I love it. And he's like, "Help yourself, fucker." And fucking, like, stabs the kid, man. He's just, like, slashing a bunch of kids up. And fucking Lisa's parents are, like, looking out the window. But it's, like, really Jesse who's doing all this shit. But, anyways. Yeah, man, it is so epic. And then he's like, "You're all my children now." And just like the way it was done, man. Like how they had like the lighting of it because it was just flames, but Freddy's in shadow, but you just see the flames and it just kind of like gives him a little light. Like it's just so well done, man. I fucking love it, man. The cinematography in this film was very well done. I must say, hell yeah. And his name is, I'm probably going to butcher this, but I think it's Jack Hughes Hattikin? Hattikin? I don't know. Jack Hughes Hattigan. I don't know. I think that's it. And Christopher Tufty is the name. But it was very well done, man. It was very well shot. I love it. And I like how they get into more of Freddy's background in this one because Lisa does her history about Freddy Krueger. How like he took 20 kids to this power plant that Freddy used to work at before it exploded and the parents killed him there or whatever. It was the boiler room. That's where like all Freddy shit going with the boiler room stuff. But he took 20 kids there and killed them. It's fucking awesome, man. I just love it. So, yeah, now after that, Lisa stops her father from shooting Freddy, but really it's Jesse who escapes in a ball of flame right through the hedge, man. I love it, man, because everybody's like, "Where'd he go?" It's fucking awesome.
I'm here to help you.
Help yourself, fucker! You are all my children now.
now, Lisa drives to the factory facing sudden nightmares and having to control her fear before confronting Freddy. She pleads with Jesse to fight Freddy, but Freddy's hold is too strong on Jesse. When Lisa confesses her love for Jesse, and then that basically what kills Freddy is the confession and of her love for him and to keep fighting. And it sets him on fire. And then it's almost like a Ghostbusters fucking end. Like how it's like at the end of Ghostbusters where it's like the gatekeeper, it's like Dana Barrett and Rick Moranis, the gatekeeper and the keymaster, and they turn into dogs, right? And then at the end, they like break apart them. It's basically what Jesse does with Freddy, because after Lisa confesses her love to him, and he's like, "No, I could do it." Whatever, sets everything on fire. He goes up in flames, and I love that practical effect too when his fucking face starts melting. I love that, man. It looks so great, man. I love it. But anyways, and then after she sees like Freddy move, and it's just like, oh shit, like he's still alive. But it turns out to be Jesse, and he peels off the I guess Freddy's burnt face. I'm guessing. Anyways, but it always reminded me of Ghostbusters. Just that scene. That's just me though. But later, so that, yeah, that's basically how it ends. But like, and then the final ending scene, it's like later Jesse, Lisa, and Lisa's friend Carrie are taking the bus to school, and Jesse begins to notice similarities to his original nightmare and panics on the school bus. And Lisa and Carrie's like, "Oh no, everything's fine, everything's fine." And then Carrie behind Jesse and Lisa, a fucking Freddy's arm and his hand and his arm comes right through her chest, and he's like, and then he's like, ah, and they're all like, ah, and the bus goes off, and then yeah, that's how it ends. Love it, man. Fucking love it. Love this movie. And yeah, so the cast, man, I mean, Mark Patton as Jesse, man, he did his role well, I think so. And he's known like basically like, well, he is the protagonist in this film, but he's known as like the final, supposedly final girl. Like, you know how horror movies, they always have final girls, but he's like a male final girl, whatever, you know. So I like Jesse. He was alright. Kim Myers as Lisa. I like her, man. I liked her. I think the character development in this film is very well done. I think, just like the first one, it was good. And you get Robert Marshall as Rod Grady. Yeah, he was alright too. I liked him, man. You kind of remind me of Rod a little bit from the first Friday's Nightmare. But I liked Ron. He was good. Who else? Marshall Bell as Coach Schneider, man. He was a dick. He was a fucking dick. I hated that fucking guy, man. And then it just like, how it goes back to the gay bar, and it's like, oh, I get why he's such a dick. And then even Grady earlier on in the film says, it's like, he kind of points that out to Jesse. He's like, yeah, he kind of has like a thing for the cute looking guys. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just paraphrasing, but that's what he sort of says. Like, he's got an eye on for like the pretty kids, like the good-looking kids. So it makes sense, yeah, why he's such a dick. But anyways, yeah, that was the worst character for me. I don't know, I'd say my favorite character would have to be Lisa. Yeah. I mean, Jesse's good too. He's alright, but he's just, I don't know. Sometimes I find him really fucking annoying though, man. Sometimes I'm just like, shut the fuck up. But yeah, I think Lisa's probably my favorite character besides Freddy. You know, fucking iconic Freddy Krueger. Hell yeah. Um, so yeah, the Um, technical elements in this movie, man, very well done. The story structure of this film was great. I like that. It was something new and different. Freddy possesses Jesse. That it was good. I like that direction. I like that. It's something new. Is you're not boiling up the same formula again. I really like that. I enjoy that. I thought it was good. Um, what else? Yeah, so story structure was good, and it was very well shot. I think. I think it was. Like the colors they used for Freddy. I like just like. I mean, it's not as good as the first one, but it's still fucking pretty good. And I really like how you kind of see Freddy a little bit more in this one. But like the way he looks, man, the practical effects on the way Freddy looks, man, I think looks better than the first one, to be honest. I think this is my favorite looking Freddy in of all of them. I mean, Wes Craven's New Nightmare Freddy looks great too, man. I love that look of Freddy. I'd say, well, like the first one, it's great. Yeah, it is. But I think I like this look of Freddy way better out of all of them. I do. This is my favorite look of Freddy for sure. Practical effects, great. Makeup effects are great too. Like the practical effects, like I was saying, like when he's coming up Jesse's body, man. Like that was fucking awesome. When he peels back his head and you see his brains, that was fucking awesome, man. I mean, like you don't get like the best kills in this film, but not like the first one. But I mean, yeah, I don't really. The kills aren't the greatest in this one. That's not what it does. This movie does it for me. It's just all the Freddy scenes. And just like how Jesse just starts like fucking going crazy. I love it, man. I fucking love that. Yeah, so the lighting was great. I mentioned before the music was great. I really do like the music. It's really well done. I really enjoyed the music in this one. It's creepy, man. It's eerie. They really bring alive the music in this film. And the music's by Christopher Young. It was great, I think. Yeah, so this film was a New Line Cinnamon. New Line Cinema production. And there was two others, Huron Communications and Smart Egg Pictures. Yeah, I really like this. Yeah, for sure. So principal photography commenced in June 1985. Director Jack Shoulder said in an interview he had very little time to prepare for the movie, and it contained a lot of special effects, none of which I knew how to do. The film special effects were headed by Kevin Yeager. Yeah, Kevin Yeager is great. I enjoy Kevin Yeager's work. Who handled Freddy's design, and Mark Shostrom, who was responsible for the transformation effects, where we see Freddy comes out of Jesse's body. Like I said, that was fucking great, man. It was props to them, man. It was awesome. And David Miller, who created the makeup from the original film, was busy working on Cocoon and Science Project and My Science Project. In later interview, Yeager expressed disappointment and confusion regarding the ending of the film. Like, yeah, I do see where the confusion comes from, like I do. But overall, I mean, I do like the ending of it. It's like, yeah, just he was just possessed by Freddy. That's all. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, the critical response of this film, it was like mixed views upon release, with criticism of comparison of the first film. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. The budget was $3 million. Yeah, we're getting into the overall success. The budget was $3 million, and the box office came in with $30 million. That fucking did fucking good, man. Like, it, well, not like really good, but it did all right. Not horrible. It didn't do horrible. Like, I mean, it got its money back and way more. Like, but yeah, 30 million off 3 million is pretty good. Not as good as like the first film and whatever, you know. So yeah, it did get a lot of criticism, this film. Anyways, man, yeah, I recommend this movie 100 fucking percent. Yeah, I do. And yeah, it's my second favorite in the franchise. And yeah, I recommend it. What do I give this film? I just watched it last night, so it's easier for me to judge. I mean, like, yeah, it's not as good as the first one, but it's still pretty damn ass good. I just love all the Freddy stuff, like just how they utilize Freddy, and the music score is a big part of what sells it too, man. It's fucking creepy. I give it a 7.5. No, you know what? Fuck it. I give it an 8. I give this movie an 8. I love it, man. Yeah. Alright. So that's my review for Nightmare on Elm Street fucking 2. Freddy's Dead. Alright. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody.